We're on the phone with Zach Holtzman. He is the founder, guitar singer for the band Dengue Fever. They've got a new album out. It's called Ting Mong. Zach, how you doing, man?
Hi, Justin. Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Well, first, Dengue Fever has got a new album out, Ting Mong. Can you tell the listeners a bit about the new album?
Yeah, we recorded it out in the desert, and it was really fun. We were just all completely kind of isolated, but together out there. And there's a cave close by that we got to go mess around in and had good sound in, and we would come up with ideas in the cave, get inspiration from it, and bring those back and grow them out into songs. And we tried to just let things happen kind of naturally for this album and not force anything.
Well, I know it's been about 8 years since the last one. Why was now the time to get back into the studio and get back together again?
Well, we've been, playing the occasional one-off kind of shows, and so it's not like we haven't seen each other for 8 years. And we also recorded another album. We scored this film called The Lost World, and
okay.
So we went to the studio and recorded that. So we've been staying in contact. We just haven't released anything for 8 years.
Well, I think the sound of the new album here, it seems like it's more laid back and mellow maybe compared to the earlier albums. I know you said you guys kind of just let things flow, so it sounds like maybe that wasn't by design. Maybe that just kind of happened when you were writing?
Yeah, that was just, what we were feeling, the mood we were in. And I guess, with COVID and everything, it was just we're in more of a strange mindset. And, if some of the other albums were more of a difficult birth, we would kind of try to make something fit, and we would, because if it was like we wanted a song to be a certain way, we kind of cram the puzzle piece to fit it. But this one, we just kind of let it happen more naturally, like a water burst or something.
Well, I will say too on Ting Mong, it kind of seems like Namal is featured a bit more prominently. Maybe I'm way off, but it kind of seems like there's more of a Khmer Cambodian flavor to it versus maybe like the more poppy California flavor on some of the other albums.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of the songs on this album kind of have more of a Cambodian country vibe, because Nimal tends to do feel comfortable when we play that groove, and she's able to just kind of relax and sing naturally rather than try to figure out some more Western notes. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, man, it's been 20 years, I guess, since the first album was released. It's amazing, what you guys have accomplished and the growth of the band. Does it seem like it's been 20 years for you since that first album?
I mean, yes and no. It's been 20 great years, lots of fun. And, if I trip out on it, it seems like a long time, but I don't know. I guess that's just life, Sometimes you go away for a weekend and it seems like a longer time.
Sure.
And then other times, things go by in a flash. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's great what you guys have been able to accomplish over the years. And, maybe when you first started out on paper, I'm assuming that this kind of maybe was more of an experiment, or I don't know if you would have dreamed that 20 years later you guys would still be running on all cylinders here.
Yeah. We just kind of pulled, in the very beginning, we pulled it together for a show that didn't even happen. It was like this, it was this show that we were going to do, and I had a friend who fixed up a theater downtown, and they're like, yeah, if you want a night, you could pull some bands together and have a night down there. And so I started pulling some of my friends who were in bands in San Francisco, kind of enlisting them, and then some other LA acts and stuff. And then anyway, 9/11 happened, and then kind of everything got dropped. But we had already sort of practiced some of those songs, and we're like, well, let's just go have a show at Spaceland, you know? And so we played a show there, and it was so much fun, and everyone was going crazy that we played some other shows and decided to, like, you know, record an album. And then it kind of, Matt Dillon at the time was doing that film City of Ghosts, and so he, like, used a song in it and kind of came to some of our rehearsals. So kind of quickly it kind of took off, and it's just been fun and a great way to all just be together and making music together ever since then, you know?
Definitely. And I know you guys have your own label now. What's going on with that? Will you be releasing any other music outside of the Dengue Fever stuff?
I mean, if we fall in love with something and they need a home, yes. We joke around about it, you know, we're like, if you're looking for a label to, you know, that'll give you, you know, 0 tour support. And, you know, I don't know. It's not like we really have the means to really do some proper launch of somebody. But if we like it enough, we'll press it, you know, we'd record them and put it out. But right now it's just us riding in the little tuk-tuk.
Well, I know you guys have done some compilation albums of some of the older Cambodian stuff. I don't know, is that still maybe things being discovered from that time period? I know a lot of it was wiped out, but you guys have done probably more than anyone in the States to kind of, you know, bring that music to the West, as you said.
Yeah, I mean, we dig looking for more material, but as of now, we haven't found enough songs that we like are feeling a need to release to do another one. But if we do, then we will. But yeah, there is a lot of songs, but some of them are good in other ways, but like not really enough for us to like be like in love with. Sure.
Well, I know Dengue Fever is playing some shows now. How's that been going for you guys so far? I know getting back in front of the fans here after the, I don't want to call it a hiatus, but after a few years here of just the one-offs.
It's been going really well. The last night we had a night off, but the night before that was a sold-out show in Portland, and the night before that was a sold-out show in Seattle, and then we had a sellout in San Francisco too. So those were really fun, good shows, and now we're heading towards Sacramento.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I know you guys are kind of going up and down the West Coast there. Are you planning any more dates for maybe later this year or early next? Could we maybe see you back in Minnesota here soon?
Well, we don't want to tour during the winter. We've done that in the past, and then we got caught in a blizzard, and it was just really scary being on the road. So after the snow starts melting, then we'll try to do the East Coast.
Awesome, man. Yeah, maybe, I don't know if you guys have any plans on doing the Midwest at all, but I know you've been to Minnesota a few times here over the years. You got a lot of fans in this area, so hopefully you can swing on through here before you get to the East.
That'd be great. I mean, yeah, that'd be fun. There's so many places we'd like to hit. We'll see. We'll see if it ends up being a full U.S. tour.
Well, Zach, I know the Ting Mong is just out here, and the new album you were talking about, is that something we might see maybe later this year or sometime next year?
Yeah. Yes. The Lost World. It's like, you know, us playing our own music to the Lost World.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to that. Is that going to be like a CD vinyl like the last album here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Awesome, man. Well, again, I appreciate you taking some time out. I know you're busy, but it's always great speaking with you, and I love the new album, and hopefully we can speak again sometime here.
Cool. All right, yeah, hopefully we make it over there and get to hang out.
And again, that was Zach Holtzman from Dengue Fever, and the new Dengue Fever album, Ting Mong, is out now.